So today we are doing the unboxing of MTX Audio's RZRPOD65 Polaris Razor Dash speakers. I think these are fairly new to market within the last year or so. I thought they were kind of neat because I don't know about everybody else, but I like to have some tunes when I'm riding. I do have communicators that I have in my helmet that my wife and I wear, and they do have an AM/FM stereo in them. Few problems though with that is because I have the Cardo Scala, I think they're called. They work fine, but you cannot listen to radio and talk at the same time. It's one or the other. If you want to listen to radio, you click on the headset and you turn it to radio, and that's fine, and your passenger can listen as well. But then if you want to talk, it doesn't just cut out the radio. You have to physically go into the menu and put it to talk, and it's a pain in the butt. Plus the reception is terrible because they don't have an antenna. So just a little unit that's on the side of your helmet, that's the antenna. And it's you'll get the odd radio station out in the middle of a field somewhere, but I'm a trail rider, so once I get amongst the trees, I'm just listening to a bunch of static. So it's not great that way. So I wanted to put in a dash unit. I got the Rockford Fosgate PMX2 I'm going to be installing. You can buy speakers that go down by where your feet are in the front wheel wells of the Razor on the inside. Pretty slick units. The only thing that my concern was a few things. Sometimes I get in water that's a little deep. They are waterproof speakers, but still I don't think they should be underwater. Second of all, they're down at your feet, and I don't know about everybody else, but my feet don't have ears. So if the music's blaring at my feet, the odds of it making it all the way up into my helmet is pretty slim, which means you have to crank it that much more. You have to annoy everybody else around you. Also, are you going to be kicking them with your feet? There was just a lot of things I've seen as problems. I'm not knocking them. I've never had them. People may chime in and say, hey, I got the footwell ones. I love them. I may add them later if I find some good feedback. But these dash speakers seem to fit the bill for what I wanted. They mount on the corners of the dash. So the driver's side right in the left corner to the left of the steering wheel. Passenger side upper right corner. Aim right at you. I think that's the way to go. Here's how they come. Nicely boxed. The box seems undamaged. It came from New York to Canada. There's a picture of the speakers. I got some specs here. Tells you what models they go in. Pretty much any of the newer 2015 and up Razors, or I should say 2014 and up if it's an XP. But I think you all know what I mean. It's got to be the new body style. It won't fit the 800s and so on, or the 570s. They're all weather constructions. They have UV inhibitors, so they're not going to fade on you. They're a 6-inch two-way speaker, 65 watts a side. Peak power handling of 130 watts. They're custom fit for the Razor. It says no cutting or drilling. They do bolt right onto your roll cage, the two bolts at the front of the roll cage. There's a picture of inside the Razor where they mount up here. I was a little concerned that they were going to be in the way, but I don't do a lot of rock crawling, and I mean, when you do, you kind of hang your head out and look at your front wheels anyway, so I think they may be a little, not annoying, but just a little bit. It'll be funky for the first few minutes of riding until I get used to them being there, but I'm sure it'll be well worth having the music. I'll just say here, it says that this box contains a highly sophisticated performance machine. The enclosed speakers are designed to deliver the highest levels of clarity for your off-road vehicle. Basically, it's saying that, they're good speakers. Enjoy. So, let's take a boo. See what we got here. Ooh, look at that first shot. Okay, so in the box we have mounting hardware. Okay, so the way these mount is they bolt to your roll cage right here with two bolts. So two of these bolts, the small two, are going to mount to the back of the speaker. I don't know which way they go until I get speakers out. The big two bolt right to the factory bolts in your roll cage, and then use this two-way tape to also secure the speaker to your dash. The cage is what's holding the speaker in the machine. It's not going to go anywhere. This, they say, is just so it doesn't rattle around on your dash. And there's the hardware. these little screws to mount these mounts to the speakers themselves. Pretty straightforward, I think. Okay. Whoa. Okay, these are pretty solid units. Pretty heavy anyways. They are very solid. I'm quite impressed. They're not cheap feeling at all. And everything looks sealed. Okay, so there's the two holes. I don't know, like I say, once again, I don't know which side is which, but that would be where the mount would go to mount it to the cage. So, is this left or right? This is probably going to be, I would say that is, I don't really know. Could be the left, could be the right. I'll have to see when I get out there. They'll only fit on one side. They'll only go one way. Seems to be a decent quality speaker. Like I say, nice and heavy. It must have a good sized magnet in there. It says MTX audio there. I have heard if you get mud or dirt in there that it's okay to gently hose it out with a garden hose. I would use common sense and obviously don't take a pressure washer to this thing. These are designed for the Polaris RZR. They're not, you know, it's not something that you're kind of Mickey Mousing to make fit an off-road vehicle. They are water resistant. Once again, I would use common sense. One thing I don't see a manual in here for installation. Oh, I am wrong. There we go. Underneath, so if you think you're missing your manual, it's in there. Okay, and it's showing you right here exactly how to install it. How to put the tape. Pictures are a little bit dark, but there's how they fit. So they mount to the cage, into that, and there's how they fit. So pretty straightforward. I don't think you can mess it up. Like I say, the left and right side of the dash of the RZR is a little bit different. So they will only go one way. You can see how this side drops more than that side. So you can't mix up the left and the right. It's impossible. It won't fit. I won't bother taking this one out right now. I'm sure it's going to be the same as the right one. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the unboxing. Thanks, guys.